BlazeDeImperial, King of the GWC, Ballin' Untouchables, BlazeDeImperial. And today, I want to talk about a number of things, but they all related, right? I want to talk about when a man really love a woman, but also I did a video a while back, and it was the men sisters choose. Today I want to talk to the ladies, provide you some insightful information. Hopefully you can do something with it. Not saying there's anything that the fellas can't change, but I'm finna discuss women. So I'm gonna talk about the fellas too, what they can improve on and the thinking of a man. But to get started, I'm gonna talk about when a man love a woman. And I'm gonna use myself for a lot of examples expressing myself, right? So wish me luck. This for good luck. I'm finna make a wish. You know what I mean? Cause I'm looking for a queen. So I'm gonna make me a wish, wishing for my queen. And then tell about what I'm looking for. And what men looking for in general. So we're gonna hope that's luck, right? So when a man really love a woman, he wanna take care of her. He wanna see her with a smile on her face. He wanna see her happy. He wanna know she happy. He wanna give her the world. Anything that she desire, her dreams, he wanna help her accomplish her dreams. He wanna give her her desires. He want her to not want for nothing. That's how a man is when he really love a woman. A man who really love a woman, he want to communicate. Now there are some men that can't communicate. They're not used to expressing themselves and sharing their feelings. Me, I've always been an open book. I express myself completely and thoroughly to my partner. A man wants to have that bond. He want to know those feelings exist that he has for a woman. A man, he wants to truly communicate and express his feelings to a woman when he loves her. He wants her to know exactly how he feels about her, how important she is. He wants her to know that she is his word. He also wants, in his heart, he desires for those feelings to be mutual. He wants to know that she's just as much in love with him as he her. He wants to know that he's the world to her, right? Knowing how your woman feels and knowing that it's succinct with your feelings means so much in a relationship or a dealing when a man really loves you. He wants to know that what he feels is reciprocated, right? Now, as I explain these things, how it is when a man really loves you, if these things are absent or you don't see any of this, then maybe that man don't love you, right? Because as men, when we see a woman, a man walk around all day long, you see a woman, and it's like his head is doing calculations without even thinking, right? He automatically know, okay, to me, she's this, how she looks, it ranks here, it ranks there. Oh, her, I would be in a relationship with her. Her, it could be just a fling. Men do that in their head all day long, especially when they're not with someone. Every time they see a woman, it's calculation, calculation, calculation. So when a man get involved with a woman, he automatically know from the start how much he's willing to invest in whatever dealings he have with that woman. So if a man really care about you, really love you, more than most likely, he knew from the start how much he wanted to invest. He know, okay, I see this woman as someone I could settle down with. I see this woman as I give her my whole heart. And at the same extent, he know, okay, this just a fling. Okay, I mess around with her, but I wouldn't take it no further. Men, we the type, we know these things right away, right? We go into the situation knowing what we want out of the situation to begin with, right? So when a man really love you, he gonna give you that storybook. When a man truly love you, based on whatever his means at the time, he gonna try to give you that storybook romance because he see you worthy of it, and that's what he really wants. Especially if he love you. If he love you, he wanna express that love. He wanna show that love because he wanna feel and know from you that that love is reciprocated. You know, it's like a woman. I want to give a woman the world because she's the world to me. But in giving her that world, I want to know that I'm important. I want to know that she care about me. How she express herself to me ain't got to be the same as how I express myself to her. But I do want it conveyed that she loves me. I do want it conveyed that she care about me. I do want it conveyed that I'm important to her. If I'm doing all types of things for her, sacrificing, breaking my neck, doing everything in my power to make her happy or to get us to a point that I said for us to do certain things that she wanted and I wanted, I want to know that it's appreciated. I want to know that it's meaningful. One of the worst things you can do in the world as the person on the other end is have someone do everything in their power to convey their feelings and their love and their care for you, and you show no appreciation or care for that. That's a hard feeling. That's a hard pill to swallow. To feel like you in love with someone, you would do anything in the world for them, and they wouldn't do nothing for you. So men want to feel appreciated. They want to feel valued. They want to know that what they do for you matters. They want to know that they matter to you. And on the other side of that, if they care about you, you'll know, because they're going to show that you matter. They're going to show that you care. So if a man not showing you those things, if he's not showing his interest, if he's not expressing his feelings for you, maybe he done calculated in his head that you ain't that woman that he want to go all the way with. Now, some men in life get blinded and sidetracked by certain things, and they don't know what they have. He might have him a diamond and not know it. And sometimes, sadly, it may take him almost losing what he valued the most before he realized how much he valued it. But like a man like me, who once again, if I go into a situation and I know what I want out of it and I really pursue it, because this is who I really want, I'm going to show the value in what I want. Because I'm not going to try or leave it up to fate to where I could lose what I value most because I didn't appreciate it. It's one thing if you lose in love and it's from any fault other than your own. But if you found love, if you found someone who means the world to you and you lose them because your own actions, that's a hard pill to swallow. That's something that you can regret for the rest of your life. And I don't believe in living with regret. You know, life is short and every opportunity don't always present itself. So if I meet a woman that I care about, if I get involved with someone that becomes something special, I'm going to treat it as such. I'm going to treat it as something special. I'm going to let that queen know that she is a queen to me, that she is the rising sun, that she brightens my world, right? Because I want that reciprocated. I want her to be mine. I want her to know her value, and I want her to know my intentions with her. You know, because ultimately, as time wear down, you got to think. To find love in a woman in this life and it work out and it's everything you need, that's a rarity. Everybody don't get true love this life go around. So if I can find it I'm gonna show it the proper respect. I'm gonna nurture it. I'm gonna nurture her. I'm gonna water that flower, feed it all the nutrients it needs. Make sure I give it sunlight, and I hope it flourish and grow. So for me, being in tune with a woman that I care about is very important. Communicating is very important because I never want her to not know where she stands when it comes to me and her. I want her to know at all times what her standings are. But at the same time, I want my feelings to be reciprocated. I want to know my value to her. And once I see that it's reciprocated and I know my value and I know I'm of importance, then me and her is going to be the highest priority. Because from me and her, we can build a family. We can build what truly matters in this world. You can have that family unit. And that family unit can gain all the material things, all the other things. That family unit can get those things. You can have all the material things in the world, but if you don't have real love and you don't have that family unit, you don't really have a lot. So that's important. Gaining that is a gateway to really gaining what matters in this world. Because you can have the superficial and never gain real love. Now, okay, speaking on what dudes mess up. Some men, they go into situations like I told you. They've calculated, okay, I only want this out this situation. Yet they find themselves in a situation where they might have a diamond. They might have a caring, loving, nurturing, hard-working woman that will break her back, who will do anything for them. But they've already put these boundaries on what they want out the situation. So they're gonna leave that woman emotionally wanting. They're gonna leave her longing. They're gonna leave her hurting. They're gonna do a lot of things with their actions that hurt that woman because they don't see the value in what they have. Because they only seen what they shallowly went in the situation looking for. So lots of times with men, a man can find a woman who cares and loves them, but they're not open and susceptible to that love. They're not appreciative of that love. They went into the situation looking for superficial things, sexual things, and all the things that are really important, that really matter in life, they skipping and tripping over. That's a fault and the downside of a lot of men. I always say those of African descent when I speak of us, when I speak of brothers. But this is something negative about those of African descent. Many men, black men especially, they trapped in a time bubble. They could be in their 20s, moving on to their 30s, moving on to their 40s, 50s, and sadly, past that, and they still stuck in the same place. They stuck in their youth. They're trying to live the same manner through their whole life that they did in their late teens and 20s. There are a lot of black men in this world who stuck trying to live out their late teens, they early 20s. They trying to live that game of being cool, of chasing women, of having fun, of doing a whole bunch of stuff that's superficial and don't matter. They forever, no matter how old they get, chasing that high, chasing the streets, trying to be cool, trying to do what's hip, trying to do what's the thing in the world. No matter how many kids they have, no matter the great woman they may have on their arm, those things don't matter to them. All that matters to them is what the world has to offer. What's hip, what's the thing. They'll forever be chasing the thing. And that's the downfall of many brothers. Many brothers. That's probably one of the biggest obstacles and hurdles. And it comes not only to women, but every aspect of their life. It's like Basically, you can say they refuse to grow up. They never matured fully. They never seen the value of a real woman. They never seen the importance of life, what really matters in life. Growing old, building with someone, having a family, and then taking those things that you find that is of value and living a full life with them. Those are the important things that a real man seeks. But for whatever reason, they stuck. They stuck in this timeless bubble. They're aging, but their mind is not maturing. It's not growing. They're not seeing the full cycle of life, and they're not trying to live the full cycle of life. They stuck at this point way early in their life, and they try to cling and hold on to that point for the entirety of their life. So that's how a man messes up for the most part. That's the key thing that everything else built around, right? He got a good woman. No matter how good the woman he find that he get with, he still want to cheat on the woman. He want to go over here with Shantiqua. He want to go over here with Titania. And Titania and Shantiqua don't really have nothing to offer. Yet he sacrificed his family and his good woman for Shantiqua and Titania. That's a man who hasn't found value in women. He hasn't found value in the proper things. Because he doesn't have a value on the good woman, he'll lose her over anything. Because he hasn't prioritized what's of value in his own life. And a man that doesn't prioritize to know the value of things in his life, no matter what he gets or the value of what he obtains, he will squander it because he's not aware of the value. When a good man finds a woman who he loves, trust and believe, life has already taught him certain lessons. So he values that woman. He knows her rarity. He knows her importance. He knows that she is like a diamond. She is like gold. That's something you can't find just everywhere. And if that love is reciprocated, the wise man, he gonna hold on to it. So this woman over here who can't really offer him anything other than the superficial, he's not gonna let her jeopardize what he has. This woman over here that can't offer him anything long term, that can't bring anything of value to his household, this woman who he cannot truly build a family with, he's not going to jeopardize the diamond he has for her because he knows what they can offer is only simplistic and temporal, right? So when a real man goes and he looks for a woman, he looks for a woman of high value. If I want to build a family, if I know life is short, there are certain things that I'm going to build in the criteria when I start looking at women. A woman who I can't build with long term at this stage in my life and at a stage that all men should eventually come to, if you want to really build, a woman who can only offer you superficial things and you can't build with, you're not going to get the time of day because there's nothing that can come from it of value. I don't have time to waste. So if I cannot build with you, if you don't have real values and things about you that are conducive into building a home, into building a long-term future, if you don't have values that can be acted upon in a serious relationship, I don't have time for you. Because anything you got, it ain't for me. At some point in your life, a man should reach that point, right? Me, I want someone who's smart, someone who's intelligent, someone who knows how to handle herself and can carry her own weight, but she don't have to do it alone. But if something was to happen to me, or I was to get in a situation, I would want to know that she ain't just gonna fall to the wayside. I would want to know that she's gonna be able to hold the family down. That if something happens, she can hold me down. I want a woman with intelligence, a woman who's nurturing, a woman, the best possible option for a mother for a child. I want someone who can raise my kids properly, who my daughters can look to as an example of what to be. This is a woman I should be like. That's what I want my daughters to say. I want her to be a shining star in their eyes as an example. I want my sons to look at her and hold her as the standard for the wife they choose. So the woman that a person like me is looking for, I want her to be nurturing, I want her to be caring, intelligent, able to handle her own business. If adversity strikes, I want her to be strong enough to fight through it. Now, of course, I don't want her to ever have to fight through it by herself, and I want to be right by her side. But if something was to happen, I want to know that if baby hit the mat, she's not going to stay there. She's going to get up. She's going to fight. I know she's going to be able to take care of our children. She's going to be able to reach them and nurture them and teach them and install the proper values and morals and principles in our child. That's the type of woman I'm looking for. So a woman without values, without morals, that don't stand on principles, that's not a good mother or don't have the qualities of a good mother, long term, you're not going to have my attention. If I'm looking for that one, you're not going to have any consideration, right? So when a man knows what he wants, as he goes throughout life and he's searching and he's desiring of a mate, women that totally don't meet that criteria, he's not going to waste his time on. If I'm searching for a queen to build a castle in the kingdom with, any hoes or women who don't fit that criteria, they can't even get my time of day. Because I'm looking for someone who I can give all the love in the world to. I'm looking for someone that I can wrap my arms around and I can tell them anything about myself. I'm looking for someone I can wrap my arms around and I can tell her and express to her her importance. I can bare my soul to her. I can give her my heart completely without words. I'm looking for someone who I can look in her eyes, rub the side of her face, and kiss and tell her I love her, and she know without a shadow of a doubt I mean every word. That's the type of woman I'm looking for. That's the type of love I'm looking for. That's what it is when a man truly loves a woman. Now, if the man just want to play around and have fun, oh, of course, wherever you are, however you come, he gonna take you. Because all he want to do is play with you anyway. If I'm just looking for a good time, I'm strictly looking for a woman susceptible to the good time I want. That's it. Now, after I have my good time, or while I'm having that good time, if she decides she want more, if she decide that she's susceptible, she sees something in me, and she wants different things in me, if I haven't seen it in her as a man, I'm going to duck and dodge it. I'm going to do whatever I can to keep having that good time. That's what men do. But if I truly see the diamond that she is, or when I get a hold of that diamond, I'm not going to let go. So as a man messes up either when he doesn't see the value in you for who you are because he's just that blind, or he went into the situation with you not looking for anything long-term or trying to find appropriate value of a long-term relationship. He was just looking for a good time. If he went in the situation looking for a queen and you are that queen, he gonna hold on tight, right? Now, if he looking for that queen and he get with you and he don't hold on tight, maybe it's not him. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's cues and signals and energy that you giving off. Maybe it's just you, period. Maybe you aren't who you think you are. Because when you find that good man, a good man gonna let you know. Because all you gotta do, I said this in my woman video, test him on the things that matter. When you test a good man on the things that matter, you'll know his answer. babe, I think we should be serious. I want to be with you long term. Babe, how you feel about marriage? His answers gonna let you know his standards. If he give you real answers about those things, then you know he's a real man. If he can't give you nothing but superficial answers, or I don't want to talk about that right now, or why we talking about that, or he's not even interested in having those type conversations with you, then that shows the type of man he is. But a man who really wants something, a man who really looking for something long term, who really looking for something special, he thrives on having that type of dialogue with a woman, especially a good woman. A real man will thrive on having dialogue about marriage, children, how a household should be, about his future, about your future. He will thrive off that type of dialogue, especially if it's intelligent and it's about moving forward progressively through positive things, especially if it's positive. If it's positive and it's a true dialogue, a real man gonna thrive off that. But always know, a real man, when he find what he want, when he see what he like, he gonna approach it with intent to keep it. He gonna approach it with intent to letting you know your significance. He gonna let you know his intentions. And by all means, he gonna let you know just how special he is. It's Kingpin of Kingpins, BlazeDeImperial, King of the GWC, Ballin' Untouchable, BlazeDeImperial boys. And hey, I made my wish, and I believe wishes come true. I believe dreams come true. Now and forever. Pin the sword, sword the pen.
Pin the sword, sword the pen.